We have a bunch of stuff to go through here in today's video. We have some huge updates on Activision lawsuits, Warzone cheaters, some Season 1 Reloaded updates, a new Warzone update live as well, and a bunch of other stuff to go through here in today's video. If you guys are new and would like to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. And be sure to drop a like on the video as well. First up, a very quick update here. Raven has announced a new update for today, January 5th. A couple of changes here, but they are pretty important for gameplay. We have in Vanguard modes, the fire sale public event will now last for the entire duration of the respective circle that it starts with. And then for bug fixes here, fix collision issues with various elements across Caldera, allowing players to exploit peek, shoot through them. Fix an issue causing every loadout drop to spawn at the exact same XY coordinates. And then finally, a big one here, fix an issue causing the Awoken Francis Operator skin to appear invisible beyond a certain distance. We talked about this one yesterday, the tier 100 invisible skin glitch. Super annoying. Glad that was fixed very quickly. Now for some general stuff here. Season 1 Reloaded still has not been announced, talked about, or mentioned by anyone here. Raven Software hasn't mentioned it. Sledgehammer Games haven't mentioned it. So I don't know what's going on here. We could still see a reveal tomorrow on Thursday. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while now, or you saw the Cold War DLC season and even the Modern Warfare DLC season, you would know that on Thursday we would have a gameplay trailer, and then a week later we would get the full release of the update. That Monday we would get a roadmap, and then we would get some Battle Pass trailers the day after, and then the patch notes on the Wednesday right before the update comes out. So tomorrow, Thursday, if we don't get a full gameplay trailer or at least some type of teaser trailer / announcement for Season 1 Reloaded, chances are it might not release at all next week, which then raises the question, potentially, are we even going to get a Reloaded update for Season 1? I mean, all of the rumors we've had so far are telling us that we are going to get some type of mid-season update. As I talked about yesterday, there was a new update added to the PlayStation database for Vanguard. It doesn't say specifically that it's Season 1 Reloaded, but most likely it is. You know, I could definitely see them just scrapping that update and pushing more of that content for the launch of Season 2, considering there are still a bunch of issues right now in Call of Duty. We're going to talk about the Activision issues. There are issues with Vanguard. It's not running properly. Warzone's not running properly on consoles. There's just a lot going on, so maybe they figure, you know what, let's just wait a bit longer and launch all of this content at the beginning of February, which honestly isn't that far from now. I wouldn't be mad if we didn't have a Reloaded update. It would be kind of annoying. It would suck because right now Vanguard is fairly dry, so not having that mid-season update would definitely not help the game. But I guess, you know what, at this point it's not really that big of a deal. So hopefully, again, we do get that reveal tomorrow. We do get some info because I do want to see some stuff in Vanguard. I want to talk about it. I want to play it. So hopefully we do get that. I'll be sure to update you guys when we do get that info. But now for the really big news here. Charlie Intel tweeted out, breaking, Activision has filed a lawsuit against Engine Owning, one of the largest Warzone cheat distributors. And this is actually a really big deal here. Apparently, they've been working on this lawsuit for a while now. Some more info. Activision says the cheat provider has caused severe damage to the company and is seeking maximum relief of $2,500 for each law violation. Activision also says they have evidence Engine Owning is attempting to create cheats for Overwatch as well, and is asking the court to put a stop to their efforts to damage owned IPs any further. So this is actually really interesting. Activision lawyers also state that the cheats have caused millions of dollars in damages, and they will provide proof in court. Activision also lists the names of the alleged owners of the site based out of Germany. So this is definitely really good news for Warzone players. This was such a big deal, especially during last summer. I feel like every day during the summer of 2021, we had issues with hackers and cheaters, and it's been a problem since Warzone first began. But the more and more Warzone got popular, and especially into Black Ops Cold War, the cheats got worse and worse, and it seems like Activision wasn't doing anything. They weren't really commenting on it. It definitely caused a lot of big streamers and players to step away from the Warzone scene, and overall I think it definitely did really hurt the Warzone community and the Warzone player base for it being such a big deal. Every other game you would see people say there was a hacker, there was a cheater. You would see all these top streamers rage quit, and it was not good whatsoever. So I honestly believe Activision when they say that these cheats caused them millions of dollars of damages. Iceman Isaac had this to say about the issue. Does this mean up to $2,500 fine for each account they sold cheats to? And if that's the case, then it would equal about, I'm pretty sure someone calculated, almost over $800 million for the total lawsuit, which is just insane. I hope they take every last penny these cheat devs own. Still waiting for legislation making using cheats a crime punishable by fines, service, jail time. South Korea did something similar with great success. Goes on to say, the jail time inclusion would obviously be reserved for severe cases. Jails are overcrowded and abused as is. It'd have to be an exceptional case to deserve hard time, but if you're caught cheating in cash tournaments, you can get locked up like any other fraud, thief, con. So I don't know if I agree with the jail time there, but overall, these people should definitely lose all of their money. Any money they made from this, they should lose it. They should also pay a really, really big fine because this is a really big deal. These cheats have directly ruined the Warzone experience for so many players. They've definitely lost a bunch of money, and I know we don't really care about how much money Activision is making, but if you're a business and you have these cheaters not only ruining the experience for the game, losing you money, and also ruining your reputation, you have to take action, and there should be a huge penalty to pay for what they did. So overall here, hopefully this leads towards other cheat distributors actually being scared. I saw some other tweets about other cheat providing companies actually stopping their operations because they don't want to get sued by Activision. And I think the problem here is that it shouldn't just be you don't want to get sued by Activision. You should realize, cheating in an online game like that, especially where it's affecting huge cash tournaments, really is just like immoral. It's messed up. It's not cool. I don't know how you would even get enjoyment out of buying those cheats and using it in an online game. And I'm not completely opposed to cheating, especially in like a custom game maybe. If there are no players or you're doing a custom lobby and you're just messing around with your friends, that's not as bad, honestly. And there are a lot of other cool mods and cheats for like older games and stuff that people go into custom lobbies and they mess around. And again, I'm not opposed to that, but when you're doing that stuff in online lobbies directly affecting someone potentially winning thousands of dollars, that's a really big deal and it should not happen whatsoever. So hopefully there are some good changes made from this year and we see a lot less cheaters in Warzone and the future Call of Duties in general. But for some more stuff here now, we have some more Warzone changes in general that Modern Warzone is talking about that we should see. I talked about some of them in my recent video. Yesterday we talked about some, but here's what he has to say. He added some more stuff to the list. T100 invisible skin, that actually was already fixed today, but there are other stuff here. Shotguns are broken still. Plain aimbot needs a nerf. Console bugs need to be addressed ASAP. FOV slider needs to be at minimum acknowledged. So a lot of stuff here that still needs to change. Let me know down below any other things you want them to do. These are some pretty important ones and hopefully they tackle most if not all of these in the next upcoming updates. Now for a question here, a very interesting one. Modern Warzone also tweeted this out. Have seen a lot of people talking about Blackout 2. I'm not going to say it's not happening, but it's extremely unlikely that they'll ever move away from Warzone unless it straight up dies, which at this point, it definitely won't. Warzone isn't even 2 years old yet. So first up, let me know down below, would you want them to make a Blackout 2 eventually? That would mean getting rid of Warzone, moving completely back to the Blackout movement system, going back to that style where there's no loadout drops, no care packages, you get all of your loot from the ground. People say it was a lot more fun that way. You had a higher skill gap, and I don't know, people loved Blackout. So for me, I'm not so sure. I really do enjoy Warzone. I think it's a lot more of a smoother experience, although the Blackout map was really sick. And for Call of Duty 2023, Treyarch's next game, their next Black Ops game, I would love to see a completely new Warzone map with a Black Ops theme, similar to Blackout with all of the Black Ops locations, old MP maps, old Zombies maps. As we talked about in my recent video, there is a rumor that, most likely we're getting a Modern Warfare 2 themed Warzone map for MW2 next year, which will include all different points of interest from old MW2 multiplayer maps, probably old campaign missions as well. So for the Treyarch Call of Duty in 2023, a Warzone map like that, similar to Blackout with all Black Ops locations, would be so sick. I feel like that would be a good compromise there. But let me know down below if you want to see just the completely Blackout style of things, no loadout drops, picking up attachments separately all over the map. I mean, I used to play a bunch of H1 and PUBG back in the day, and I'm used to that style of BR, and I really did enjoy those games back then, back in the 2016, 2017 era. So I would be down with that. Again, I do enjoy Warzone now, but maybe it could be a good change eventually. So we'll see what they end up doing. I guess eventually in a couple of years, if enough people really want to see a change, they could eventually do that, but it's for sure not going to happen anytime soon. And some more info here, some more news. We have from CDL Intel sources, Call of Duty League reverting back to 12 teams at major tournaments. They're listening, and most people are saying, well, this is just the bare minimum. Of course, it should be 12 teams at major tournaments. Imagine paying $25 million for a spot in the league and not being able to play in a majority of the tournaments. I mean, it doesn't really make that much sense there. And for me, I tweeted this out a while ago. I would love to see the open bracket return as well. Having just, random teams come up from the open bracket and, start to beat some pros and potentially have a shot at winning was so cool to see. There was this AW event back at the beginning of the game. I think it was in January of probably 2015. Stunner Gaming, which had TJ Halley and Duke, I'm pretty sure, got second place and almost beat Optic Gaming, which at that time were unstoppable. I mean, that was such an iconic event, and that's just something you're not going to see ever again unless they bring that open bracket back, at least for some of the tournaments. So we'll see what they end up doing. I personally think it's a lot more fun and enjoyable to watch that way, but again, we'll see. That's pretty much it here for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. There are 2 videos up on screen that may interest you, so be sure to check one of them out. Real do appreciate it, guys. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video or a live stream. Peace out, guys.